and we have now made our cakes, and our cakes have come out of the oven, so the kitchen smells wonderful. So this is our cake, and I'm just going to come a little bit closer to the camera so that you can see it, and you can see, look at that. Now, is that a fruit cake? Yeah. And we are going to sample. So is this the first time you've made a fruit cake?
Yes.
Okay.
It is indeed.
Dig in. And you'll notice that we don't have Mr. M today. He has gone fishing. He's gone fishing with his brother. So we have Rory. But I'm sure once we've sampled, Claire will be able to tell us a little bit more about Rory. But so you dig in.
Yum. It's lovely. Absolutely delicious.
Or what I'd like to have is a piece of Wensleydale cheese on the top of mine as well. But Claire's not a lover of cheese, so I didn't want to tease her with this. So you eat vegan cheese, don't you?
I eat goat's cheese and sheep's cheese.
So they're a little bit softer. I've never tried a softer cheese on fruit loaf.
They can be quite firm, actually.
Yeah. All right.
Manchego is a firm cheese.
All right. So
and you can get hard goat's cheese as well.
You should try one of those then. Yeah. So Wensleydale's kind of like a creamy, but a firm cheese as well.
Yes. So,
yeah. So you like your very first attempt at a fruit loaf, and
it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And it's so easy to make as well in there. And it's not even time consuming. The time is taken having soaking the fruit in the tea overnight, and then because they take a little while to cook as well, especially if you make it into a bigger loaf, you just get on and do something else. And right. So because I won't eat on camera and let everybody see what I'm eating. So tell us. Well, first of all, tell us who this is.
This is Rory, and Rory is my assistant when I go out. He likes to be taken in pictures, because I always have a camera with me. So if I'm out in nature, he's out there. If I go out somewhere like a tea room, or like I've been to Crieff Hydro on holiday, and he just had to be on the table and amongst some teapots because it made a very good picture. And he just loves creating stories, so he has to come with me.
Right. Okay. So a little bit like this is, and I took him out. I was chatting to a friend the other day, and about something that he's thinking of doing, and I was telling him, I says, we used to have Murphy the Tea Room Mouse. So if people will probably remember him, and you'll see that he's kind of a little bit worse for wear now, but he has a little travel tag on.
Yes.
Because customers used to book him out and say, can I take Murphy on holiday? And they used to take him on holiday. And he's been to Hawaii, he's been to Ireland, he's been to Gibraltar, he's been on cruises, he's even been in a first class lounge.
Well travelled.
He was well travelled. So I think he's got lots of adventures to tell. So maybe there'll be a story about Murphy the Tea Room Mouse. But I knew you'd bring him, so I thought I'd kind of put him there. I forgot to bring his suit. He has his own little suitcase as well. So I forgot to bring that down.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. And who's the other?
Oh right, this is Rory's friend. I don't have a name for this dog.
Oh. Are you looking for a name?
Yes, a name would be really lovely. I named Rory, or Rory told me his name, and the orange dog just happened to come along.
Maybe you can have some sort of competition.
Could have.
Yeah. Introducing Claire's competition. Watch this space. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It reminds me of Elma. A little bit Elma there.
Well, you see, I love cuddly toys. I always have. I've got them from when I was like small.
Right.
And I've discovered that I have them in my background when in my office at
Uh-huh.
home. I've got a bookcase, and every week my game is I change all my cuddly toys round.
Right. I've seen those when in the times of Zoom, it'd be, oh, I wonder what Claire's got there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get to play with cuddly toys.
Mm. So tell us a little bit about Serena's Adventures. This is a book that you're working on, isn't it?
Yes, this is right. This is Serena. This is Serena the penguin, and she's a guide to the children, and I can create stories because I thought that if I was a child, words are a bit dry and boring, and you want a character. And I did try and draw an animated pencil. I have a great ambitions about what I can draw. Doesn't always come to fruition on the page. And I was in the car with my younger daughter in the back seat, who's very talented. She's always drawn. And I said, I've been trying to draw a penguin because I thought a penguin would be good, and had successfully failed in that too.
Okay.
And my daughter said, but Mum, penguins are easy. And I went, okay. And she went, and she gave it to me, and I went, that's great. Could you put some colour in and put some feet and whatever? So Serena was born, and
Right.
because Serena likes actually creating stories. Serena's having adventures of her own, so she's taken, this is the front cover of the second book 2 of the series, and the image that Serena's written a story on is a wee monster with a balloon, which is, I thought that would make a good front cover.
Okay.
Because Serena has said, look, Claire, I'm writing this story, and I'm going, that's really marvellous. You give me this story, and I will put it into a book.
Mm-hmm.
So she brought me this story, so now I'm producing Serena's books.
Okay.
Um,
So what age group are they aimed at?
these ones are aged 5 to 8 year olds.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
the idea is that
I can see presents for Minnie coming out of this. Yeah.
there are pages with text on one side, and then on this side here is a blank page.
Okay.
Very similar to
So a little bit like you.
I Can Create Stories.
Mhm.
There's an audiobook that goes with it too.
Okay.
And just to make this slightly different, there is a word search,
Oh,
and there's some
excellent.
colouring in.
Right.
So as I say, Serena's very prolific writer.
Mhm.
She has 10 to 12 stories ideas,
Okay.
and I've got the first 2 books have been reviewed by children.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they actually like them. It's like magic. I've written the story for book 4, and I need to write the story for book 3,
Okay.
and then I just need to keep working on it, and then go and get them published and have
Yeah.
happy children.
So are they all going to come out together, or are you doing one and then another 6 months later, or are they all going to get published more or less at the same time?
Well, I had advice from Kim MacLeod at Indie Authors World, and her advice was that if I go and get, say, 3 published in one go, so they're all ready to go,
Mhm.
and then I can say to people, here's book 1, book 2 is coming soon. And it also means I get a head start. There's 12 books in the series. It means that I've got 3 ready to
Yep.
go and
Okay.
hopefully have lots of happy children
Okay.
whilst I'm working on all the other ones.
Yeah.
And I just, as I say, Serena's in charge, really.
Okay. So you have a whole bundle of things. Tell us about the All Sorts one.
Okay, this is it's called an anthology, or if you can't say that, a collection. An anthology is a bit of a tongue twister. It's 4 or 5 of us got together in the lockdown group, online writing group, and we've all got short stories. So I've got one of my stories in here.
Excellent. Okay. And you have
Oh yes,
2 novels that are on the way.
Well, yes, sort of like in my spare time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have. This is called
Rory over here. Rory can sit there.
A Race Against Time, and this is it's all about Laura, and she's joined the staff team at Paradise Hotel when she leaves her.
And what age group is this for?
Teenagers.
Teenagers. Okay.
I think. I write and then people tell me, with the exception of Serena's Adventures, I write and then people tell me what age group it's for.
Okay.
Because I write what falls out the end of the pen.
Yes. Yeah.
So in A Race Against Time, we've got Laura. She's finished working at Sovereign Finances. She's gone to work at the Paradise Hotel, and where they have parties where guests and staff get together. And after one particular party, some really strange events keep happening to her, and her life just accelerates out of control, and she's got to try and work out what's going on until she gets to the point where she has to make a life and death decision for her or someone else. And it's what impact will that decision will have on her and anyone else.
Okay. So when is that, or is that way in the future?
Let's say it'd be lovely to have it published next year.
Okay.
I have to get it edited, hence talking to you.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I need help getting it onto through the publishing bit.
Okay.
My expertise in the writing, I need someone else's expertise to get it to the point where you can have it in a physical form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have this one.
Oh yes. Well, this one actually it's called From Sunrise to Sunrise. And it's all about Becky, and she's been sleeping in her store. She lives in her dream home and her dream beach, and it's just everything's wonderful, but she doesn't want to go home. And she's got to the point where she's thinking, do you know what, I'll not even bother taking clothes, going home to change, because she likes to go to a sunrise every morning. What I'll do is I'll just bring my clothes here, and then I won't have to go home at all. And
sounds good to me.
Her neighbour turns up and says, I think you're in trouble. I really think you need some help, and you're coming to dinner. Takes the store keys off her, locks her out, has someone to look after the store, and she says, well, actually, I'm happy. This is not happening, and she's got to go home to get a spare set of keys.
Right, okay.
And she knows that she can't go in, or if she does, she's in and out like a flash. And when she gets in, the walls start spinning, and she just collapses and wakes up on the settee in Chris's house. And it's what happens after that, and will she allow him to help her? So, and this one literally, I don't know where it came from. I didn't plot it out. I literally got a pen and I waited to see what fell on the page.
Okay.
And I knew the ending, and I knew who I thought was going to be there, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. And every so often I'd go to the characters, hold on a minute, what do you mean you're going in that direction? You're supposed to be going in that direction. So this one's currently out to people being reviewed.
Okay. Okay. Right. And you have an exciting project that's coming out your calendar, haven't you?
I do indeed, yes. I started producing calendars in 2022, and
because you're a photographer as well as an author.
Yes, I'm a photographer as well as an author.
Yeah.
And I thought my first calendar just had pictures in it, and I wanted a calendar which had a story connection. So if this is a picture of a robin, so the words for underneath here, I call it a story prompt. It's like a story question to start. The robin is enjoying the sunshine. What is he thinking? Because stories can be started with pictures. Stories are, you can write a story, you can draw a picture, you can take a picture, like a photograph, and create a story from it. I really believe that stories are not just what you write. So I did that in 2023, and then I did one in 2024, and one of the most memorable pictures in this one is, find June. It's this one here. I just love this one. My husband,
spaceship.
Yes, my husband and I were on holiday in Berlin. My eldest daughter lives and works there, and we were on a river trip, and I saw that at the side, and I figured that that was probably accommodation of some description, but it just tickled my imagination. Can you imagine sleeping in something that looks like that? So that's an example of the pictures, and I am currently working on my 2025 calendar, which is great. And I had to choose 12 pictures from 38. Such a hard task. I loved every
You must have had more pictures than 38 to pick from. You whittle them down?
Oh, I've got thousands. I thought it's just those are the ones that I pulled out that I thought would look good, because the picture has to suggest a story. because the idea is the calendar sits on the wall, and anyone can do it, adult or child. They can look at it. Does the story start? Does the photograph start a picture, or does it capture a different thought? It's all about encouraging imagination and something you can do together as a family. And you can also put the dates in the diary at the bottom.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So, lots going on.
Yes.
So, thank you very much for coming out and being on one of the episodes for our Beyond the Tea Room, and showing us all your fabulous books. So, where can people get hold of so the All Sorts and the other books, the Pure Human City, The Choice, and I Can Create? Where can they get those from?
With All Sorts, you can get available on Amazon.
Okay.
All my books are available online, so it could be Waterstones Book Depository, Amazon, and also from me. So if you know me, I have copies.
Okay, and do you want to say what your website is?
Yes, my website is www.clairemillerauthor.co.uk.
Okay, and I will put, when I put these videos up, I'll put a link to that in the introduction to it as well.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much. So the whole idea of this Beyond the Tea Room came from, obviously the tea room is closed, but from my recipe book, The Magical Tea Room on the Hill. And the tea room was kind of one of those places where it wasn't just about going and having a cup of tea, as people will remember. It was about sharing. Sharing cakes, sharing laughter, sharing tears, sharing everything. And now that the tea room's no longer here, but my kitchen still is for me to be able to bake, and I still love cakes. And if I bake all the cakes and I have nobody to share them with, I will just eat them all myself, because I'm married to somebody who's not a cake lover. How did that even work? That just didn't. Yeah. But anyway, so I thought, how can I combine my love of sitting down, chatting to people, baking from, promoting my book. You've got to promote your book. Writing books is easy. Marketing the books is the difficult bit. So, but also chatting to other authors. So I could help people again, and bringing authors in, letting you talk about your books, and just having a good time.
Yes.
So I came up with the idea of Beyond the Tea Room. So and here we are. And, so I am now looking. I'm thinking. I've got the next one booked, and that's going to be something chocolatey. But I'm looking for somebody for Yorkshire Parking. So if you have, my only condition is that you have a connection in some way. It could be remote connection with writing of some sort. Get in touch, and as long as you can be in Kirkintilloch for probably 3 hours, if you can be in Kirkintilloch, give me a shout and you can be on one of our episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes.
And it's been a pleasure having you here as a guest. Yes.
I've got to eat cake.
We get to eat cake off camera. Yes. So we can munch away. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.